Exclusively on KDKA, Jeannette, city leaders are breaking their silence and explaining why they cut the police K-9 program. It's a story we first brought you last week, leaving the city in an uproar. I sat down with the city manager this afternoon to get answers. Last week, the city of Jeannette was under fire for their decision to disband their K-9 program. This week, KDKA sat down with the city manager for the first time, who says their decision came from a recent analysis of the program itself.
After review of that, with the expenses of salaries, overtime, health care, vet bills, boarding, maintenance, and fuel, the city's paying almost $250,000, a little over $250,000 a year for 2 officers to be specifically on a K-9 program.
City Manager Ethan Keedy says the program's performance didn't outweigh the cost.
And that is equivalent since 2018. The only thing that those 2 officers have been able to achieve is 1 self-initiated arrest in the city of Jeannette. So when you take that back and you do an analysis of the program, you have to ask yourself, is that worth the taxpayers paying $250,000 for to have 1 arrest?
We ask how the $250,000 from the program will be used moving forward toward the city of Jeannette. Keedy said they're still paying the salaries for those handlers who continue to work now as full-time officers for the city of Jeannette. So most of that money is still being used. I
had calculated between $35,000 and $40,000 was my rough numbers in savings per year by not having a K-9 program. The goal is to try to implement that somehow throughout the city to ensure that each resident remains safe and feels safe in their homes.
Now, the city says it's working to rehome one of their dogs after they say one of the handlers dropped it off at a local kennel. Keedy says the handler was given the option to keep the dog as it's currently owned by the city.
And I was told either Monday or Tuesday that he was taking it to a kennel, that he no longer wanted the dog.
But sources tell KDKA the handler didn't feel comfortable signing any paperwork until City Council meets next week to ratify the elimination of the program. They went on to say the handler made sure the dog was in good hands and had enough food until that next council meeting. We asked the city if there was a chance the K-9 program could come back. Keedy said they're still evaluating whether the program is beneficial for the community. There's also a petition going around for the mayor's resignation due to lack of transparency. Keedy said he had no comment. Jeannette City Council's next meeting is set for August 8th.